Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast is set for one episode. Your host from Columbus, Ohio, is Michael Kirk. Welcome to the Outlaw Mudcast. Hello and welcome to the Outlaw Mudcast, your digital audio dirt sheet for all things Super Show. Top story this week, the SRG Universe Super Show events for Origins Game Fair are now live on the Origins Game Fair website. Let me talk about this for a moment. I don't think I'd mentioned getting badges. Here's how you would get your badge if you wanted to go to Origins Game Fair. You go to the website originsgamefair.com. Right on the front page, there's a section, 2023 badges available, a little black button that says get your badge. You can click that. It takes you to the menu on the right-hand side. There's a little section that says registration, buy badges, buy tickets. You click the buy badges button. It gives you all the options for full show badges, for daily badges. I'll give you this tip. Someone gave this to me, I believe, last year. There's a badge for the full show, all 5 days from June 21st through June 25th. It's $95. This badge includes access to the boardroom and access to all events. But there's a limited trading card game, collectible card game badge. Covers all 5 days of the convention. It only gives you access to the anime events area, the card game areas, the vendor hall. It doesn't give you access to the boardroom library. It doesn't give you access to certain event categories. But if you're only going to be playing card games at Origins and checking out the dealer hall, you could consider this option. It's only $60 for all 5 days, as opposed to $95 for the full show badge. It's something to think about. I know there are people who play board games in the community. I know there are people who play miniature games. Blood Bowl comes to mind. So maybe those people who might want to play some of those events at Origins would still get the full show badge. But if you only want to play card games, that's an option. Now, same area where you would go to buy badges, there's a button that says buy tickets. If you click that buy tickets button, it brings you to the schedule of events. There's various ways to search the schedule of events. If you go to the box that lets you search by keyword or event, simply type in SRG. I typed it in all caps. It brings up all of the Super Show events. There are only 7 events listed. I reached out to General Manager John Clace to see if that is the correct number of events that is supposed to be on the website. He has not responded. If sometime between now and the time this is published, he responds, I will put that on the end of the show. But for right now, only 7 events listed on the website on Origins Game Fair. And actually, Origins Game Fair takes you to Tabletop Events website. That's who manages their tickets. But there are only 7 events listed under the schedule of events for SRG Universe. 3 of these are Learn to Play Super Show. There's one Learn to Play Super Show event scheduled at noon on Thursday, one at noon on Friday, one at noon on Saturday. Let me go through briefly these events. Their descriptions are all written up the same on the website. They're scheduled to run 50 minutes, so from noon to 12:50. 24 spots available per Learn to Play Super Show event. It's designed for beginners. They will teach you rules. There's nothing listed here about needing to provide anything, so I would presume that Super Show will give players everything they need to play the game. Those are those 3 events. Now we'll talk about the 4 other events. The first event, scheduled for Thursday at 6 p.m., is listed as the Super Show 2023 Cookies Fortune Qualifier. It says that the winner of the first singles event of Origins will be qualified for the LFF Cookies Fortune Tournament hosted by General Manager John Clace. Assuming this description is correct, it means that the next Cookies Fortune Tournament will not be open like it was at Grand Gathering 3 to anyone who wants to sign up. You'll have to earn a spot into the tournament. Could be wrong on that, but that's what it says here based on what I'm reading. It's going to be a full tournament per the information given here. 3-game guarantee. I would take that at face value and presume that means that you will get to play at least 3 games before you would get cut from the tournament. No more information besides this. I would presume this is going to be like a lot of Super Show tournaments, bullet rounds, at least 3 in this case, top cut, and then stipulations in the top cut, potentially up to a finals match. With the winner, according to this, getting a spot in a future LFF Cookies Fortune tournament. That's Thursday night, 6 p.m. Friday night, 5:30 p.m., the Super Show Tag Team Championship Tournament. The winner of this tournament, per the description given, will be a challenger for the LFF Tag Team Championship. This is supposed to be a double elimination tournament according to what's on the events. So, you lose 2 and you're out. This means, in my estimation, it's going to be a very quick tournament for a lot of players. There's a maximum of 80 tickets available for the Tag Team Championship Tournament. Same number as the Cookies Fortune Qualifier. Same number as the other 2 events that are listed that I'll talk about later. So it looks like that's the cap for every event. 80 players, meaning in the case of the tag team, no more than 40 tag teams. Now, will that change when you're actually there? I don't know. But right now, that's what's listed on the website. And as I'm recording this, the only tickets that, from what I can see, are unavailable are the ones I got. So there's 79 spots available as I'm recording this for every single event. But that's the Tag Team Championship event. Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m., the Super Show Play Pure Championship. The description says it's a tournament where they make the rules as straightforward as possible and get back to how Super Show was played in 2014 when it was first introduced. I assume we'll get more rules as we get closer to the event. Jeremy Steigerwald runs this. The rules he's been putting out, I would say expect those rules to be the rules for this tournament. In general, no entrance cards, no spectacles, no skill requirement cards. There will be a booked list. The winner will receive the LFF Play Pure Championship belt. This tournament is also listed as double elimination, so again, it could be over quickly for quite a few players. That's Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. Saturday, 6 p.m., we have the Super Show World Championship Tournament. 2020 Vision will be in effect. There will be stipulations in the top cut. Calais will have sole discretion regarding all stipulations. This is another 3-game guarantee event. Before you get eliminated, you'll get at least 3 matches. Hopefully you make the top cut and potentially go on to win it. Unfortunately, there can only be 1 winner. But full tournament, I would guess, like many tournaments, bullet rounds and then a top cut. Stipulations in the top cut, like I just said. It just says the winner will receive a one-of-a-kind prize. I don't know if that will be a shot at the LFF World Heavyweight Championship. We'll have to see. Those are the tournaments right now listed on the Origins Game Fair website, their portal to register for events. It will ask you to buy tickets when you click that you want to get your tickets. All of these events are $0 events. Going forward, I believe last year was the first year Origins started doing this. Previous years, events were $2, $4 per event. Now, all of the events are included in the cost of your badge, of your full show badge or daily badge. with some exceptions. There are a few events, I'm not sure which ones they are, that will have dollar amounts with them. But all of the events and many of the events at Origins, it's $0 to buy a ticket to register for an event. Most of the tickets are free. You're pretty much just paying for your badge. Almost all of the events that you would go to are free. That is what is going on right now with Origins Game Fair. I'll give you more information as I get it, but right now, 7 events currently on the website, 3 of them new player events. So if you want to introduce somebody to the game, this is a way you could do that. If you want to get a refresher because it's been a long time since you played, this is an option. Of course, they'll be running demos all throughout Origins, so that's another option that you can take. But if you want to go to one of these events, noon, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 24 tickets, maximum per spot. All of them available at the time I'm recording this. 4 tournaments on the website. Cookie's Fortune Thursday night. Tag Team Tournament Friday night. Play Pure Tournament Saturday afternoon. World Championship Tournament Saturday evening. 79 tickets per event remaining at the time I'm recording this. Next, I'll briefly touch on the Legendary Realms Create a Competitor tournament coming up. No additional news other than it's going to be happening starting at noon, May 28th. That is the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend at Legendary Realms in Lindenhurst, New York. You can buy your ticket on supershowthegame.com under the event section under shop. Tickets are currently $35. You will get 6 promo cards for attending the event. Next story. Faction Wars 4. The final match of Faction Wars 4 has begun. The higher class versus Impact to see if Impact can get their second win or if the higher class can go 3 in a row being the Faction Wars victors. As a reminder, here are the matches, skill matches for the singles competitors. Power 10 printed plays Power 10 printed, Tech 10 printed plays Tech 10 printed, so on and so forth. 2 out of 3 falls. Each fall is worth 1 point to the victor and the victor's team. Tornadoes and trios, 1 fall matches for the Tornado tag team and the trio matches. The winner gets 2 points for their team. There's going to be a tag team, 2-player versus 2-player, 1 fall, 2 points for winning. Captain's match, they're going to play in a random stipulation yet to be drawn. 2 points to the winner of that. There's a Master of Stipulations match. Each team picks a player, 2 out of 3 falls. Each match will be a different stipulation drawn at random. Each fall is worth 2 points. Finally, there's going to be a leftovers match for 1 single player who wasn't picked to be in something else. They're playing in a 1 fall ladders match. Winner earns 2 points for their team. Play has started for everyone. The deck lists have been submitted. I will give you results as I get them, but the finals match of Faction Wars 4 is finally underway. I would say that those are the big stories for the week. Let me give you some other stories. The United States #1 contender tournament is rolling on. I believe you can no longer submit your brackets to predict who will win. The first 2 rounds are done, which just going from memory means we should be down to a top 8 at this point. The stipulation for this round was chosen by a vote on Twitch during Talk of the Universe. It was between the ring step match and the steel chair match, with the winner of the poll ring step match. So ring step match is the stipulation for what I believe is the top 8 round of the United States #1 contender tournament. We have the next match of the 2023 CCC. The 4th match in the first round is going to be a triad match between the Phil Birch of The Big Picture, created by Phil Birch, the New York Phenom, created by Jason Fasson, and then Moxie. I'm not sure who created Moxie. I believe it is one of the players out of the Misos game group in Louisville, Kentucky. Those three will be facing off in a match starting next Wednesday. That is May 10th, 10 p.m. Eastern. It'll run 72 hours, assuming it runs like all the other matches in the rounds, and close 10 p.m. Saturday. That would be the 13th. There is going to be a link posted to a poll. You can vote once per hour, every hour, for who you want to see move on to round 2. I have not seen any promo videos from any of these three yet regarding the CCC. I did see Moxie post a Ask Me Anything thread in the discussion group. So there's at least been that type of promo for this match in the CCC. I hope we see more. If I missed any, I apologize. But I hope we see more. I hope these people put on a good show in this match of the first round. And I hope people take into account what kind of show they put on, because the show they put on here is going to be an indicator of what they're going to do in future rounds if they move on. So keep that in mind. Rising Stars 3. Last week I talked about the semifinalists. This week we have one finalist determined. Drew Madsen, the TVA commissioner, is in the finals for the Rising Star 3 tournament. The other match that I don't believe has been completed at this point is Zach Ashley versus the Phil Birch. I hope I'm getting that right. I'm going from memory here. The winner of that will face Drew Madsen, and we'll see who the, I guess, next rising star in the Legendary Fighting Federation is. A week from this Wednesday coming up, May 17th, from what I understand, there will be no Talk of the Universe episode. Instead, we will have the 6-player birdcage to determine a contender for the LFF World Heavyweight Championship. The 6 people who will be in that birdcage match are the Sheep of the Era, the Phenomenal One Kirk Polka, Piglet of the Mott Boys and the Big Picture, Alec Ventresca, Boom Bada, the Lucha Maniacal Uberstar, and Bobby Mother Lovin' Ohio. This match is scheduled to take place 8 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/SRG Universe. Again, May 17th, that is Wednesday. I am surprised that they're not doing Talk of the Universe at all. That's strange to me. Now, that could have been given to me wrong. That information could have been given to me wrong. But as of right now, from what I understand, there will be no Talk of the Universe May 17th. It'll just be this match. And now let's talk about featured matches and online tournaments from this past week. One featured match on Wednesday night after Talk of the Universe. The Midwest Coast Championship was on the line. The champion, the Grump Danny Thunder, playing as the Grump. The challenger, the Phil Birch, playing as the Ikuzo version of Fox Assassin. In a relatively short match that doesn't go beyond crowd meter 0, the Grump hits his finish, rolls an 8, and Phil Birch, going from memory, rolls 766. And the Grump remains the Midwest Coast champion and a dual champion because he also holds the top prize in the LFF World Heavyweight Championship. Congratulations to him. Monday, we have the Monday Night Consigliere fights. There's no entry fee for this week's tournament because they hit a sub goal on Twitch. 24 people sign up and play in this event. Group stages, 6 groups, 4 players per group. Each player plays the other 3. Top 2 records per group advance to the top cut. There's a bye for 4 players in the first round of the top cut. The remaining 8 are paired off in 4 singles matches using the steel chair stipulation. The winners move on to the quarterfinals. They play in the kendo stick stipulation matches. In the semifinals, they use the ring step stipulation. The finals match and the third place match feature the sticks, stairs, and chairs stipulation. Top 4 in this tournament are, in 4th place, playing as Ruby Renegade, Matty Bar 1. In 3rd place, playing as the new version of himself, Jokerfish. Your finalists are Swaggy D as Rah Rah Perry and Bob Dunn as White Lily, with the winner of Monday Night Consigliere fights, Bob Dunn as White Lily. Congratulations to Bob Dunn for your victory. Thursday night, we have Chibi's Thursday Night Fights. 30 players here, 6 groups, 5 players per group. Each player plays the other 4. Top 2 records per group advance into the top cut. The top 12 are paired off in singles matches using the New York Rules stipulation. The winners move on to the round of 6. Again, paired off, playing Beast Unchained stipulation matches. The winners face off in a triad match. Piglet playing as Krampus versus Simple Chuck playing as Captain CJ Sparra versus Rowdy Ron playing as Lord Gareth. The winner, Piglet as Krampus. Congratulations to Piglet for winning Thursday nights. Friday, there's a pop-up event, a cannoli fun tournament. 14 players, 4 Swiss rounds of play from what I can tell. Each match features a special guest referee chosen at random from a list Cannoli has. Per Cannoli, there are 207 possible competitors that can be chosen to be special guest referee. In a special guest referee match, each player adds the gimmick of the special guest referee to their own gimmick. After the 4 rounds of Swiss, they cut to a top 6. The 4-0s get in, the 3-1s get in, the 2-2s have a little tiebreaker. After all is said and done, 6 players make the top cut, 2 best records get a bye. So 4 players play off 2 singles matches, cutting to a top 4, semifinals, and then main event special guest referee in every single match at random. Final special guest referee also using the main event stipulation. Top 3 in Cannoli's event end up being, in 3rd place, playing as Jay White, the TVA commissioner Drew Madsen. In 2nd place, playing as the Invisible Man, the creator of the Invisible Man, Matt Haas. The winner of the event, the once-in-a-generation generational talent, Brock Smith, playing as himself, the GOAT Brock Smith. Congratulations to the GOAT for winning this Friday night pop-up event. This brings us to Sunday Night Fights. There were 2 matches on this week's Sunday Night Fights match card. There was originally 1 announced, and then a second one was added later on Sunday. The opening match of Sunday Night Fights was for the LFF Tri-State Tag Team Championship. The challengers, the team of Swift Judgment. Swift Judgment had won the contender tournament, and so they are facing the champions, Cold Candy Crush, for the belt on Sunday Night Fights. Swift Judgment is the team of the Cheetah, who is playing as the new version of the Cyclone, and the Judge Tim Riley, who is playing as Mac Attack. The champion team is Candyman Dan, playing as Fortress, and Le Penguin, playing as the Witch's Apprentice. This was a long, back and forth, great match. There was a bit of a delay. They had some problems getting everyone together online. There was a bit of a pre-show with Brian Waitford Schmidt and the SRG boss talking about the matchups. And then sometime around 8:30, the match actually started. It goes over an hour and 15 minutes. It's a New York Rules tag team match, so they use the tag team crowd meter. It starts at crowd meter 1 because New York Rules matches are no disqualification. and the match starts at crowd meter 1. So it was a no disqualification, no count out per the tag team crowd meter. Starting at crowd meter 1, it goes all the way to crowd meter 6. A lot of back and forth. We see some great kickouts from Cold Candy Crush. This is a spectacular match. I would recommend watching it if you have the time to watch it. There's a lot of good back and forth here. The winners at crowd meter 6 still champions Cold Candy Crush. Congratulations to them for winning this match. Afterward, the GM of the tag team division, Candy Ma'am, comes on, announces that the next contenders for the championship are the tag team of To Be Determined. That's the team of Brian Waitford Schmidt and Lucky Cat Nico, who were the commentators for both matches tonight. They'll get the next shot, date and time to be named later. The second match of the night, which I mentioned earlier was a late addition, saw the Freak Show take on the Universe in tag team action. Representing the Freak Show, the tag team Carnage Brothers. Eddie Fury playing as Jay White, Split playing as Night Terror. Their opponents from the Universe, the Foreman playing as El Super Hombre here, the original El Super Hombre, and the Meeple Craig Brett playing as the original Mr. Snap. The story of this match was pretty much domination by the Carnage Brothers. They won the majority of the turn rolls. They hit all of the finishes. The Universe gave them a good match, resisted, kicked out multiple times, but at crowd meter 2, the Carnage Brothers secure the victory. They win the match. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to Cold Candy Crush for your wins. Now, I did get a tournament report from Miso's Game Room in Louisville, Kentucky. They're in the middle of doing what they're calling the Old School League. The players in the league started out week 1 opening an Old School pack and playing it, from what I understand, as a sealed deck. At the end of week 1, there was a prize mystery box. And I'm guessing players drafted from the mystery box. Not sure how that works. But the cards they draft, they add to their card pool. So now, when they play additional matches as the league goes on, they can take the cards they won, swap those for cards that were in the original sealed deck. This, from what I understand, includes competitors. So if they draft competitors from the mystery box that's used for prizing, they get to keep those competitors and they can play them with the following restrictions. This is a singles tournament. So any tornado tag competitors or trios competitors cannot be swapped in. Additionally, if they draft the original Vic the Brick or the original Immortal Warrior, because those have moved on to a tornado tag team status, they can't be used either. Everything else is good to go. This week was the second week of the league. They had 10 players. Traditional round robin. Each player played the other 9. Top 3 after the tournament were in third place, playing as the new boy Howdy, Alexander Slamilton. In second place, playing as the new Hollywood, John Maness. And the winner, playing as the new Cyclone, Kirk Polka. Congratulations to him for his victory. That is all of the news that I have for Super Show for this week. As far as play for next week, again, look for them to start posting tournaments starting Monday for the Monday night tournament, the Thursday night tournament, Dojo Tuesday nights on twitch.tv/SRG Universe. And as always, keep your eyes out for pop-up tournaments if you're interested in those. That's what's going on right now. Also, one last announcement before I go. This was announced during Sunday Night Fights. Next Tuesday, May 9th, after Dojo Tuesday night on twitch.tv/SRG Universe, the Intergalactic Championship will be on the line. The current champion is Citizen X. The challenger has not yet been announced. Tune in Tuesday to see that match. But with that being said, That's going to do it for this week's episode of the Outlaw Mudcast. I would like to thank all of you for listening, and good day.